What is going on, guys? Nick here, bringing you some UFC 2 gameplay on the PlayStation 4. This is the first video that is a UFC gameplay, and what I want to do is I want us together to go for a title in the Ring Championships game mode. I'm sorry that the game out started like this. I forgot to hit record. So anyway, we're going to pick it up from here. As you see here, I picked my boy Damian Maia. We're in the welterweight division, and they matched us up against the champ, Tyron Woodley. A lot of people, when they pick Damian Maia, will instantly try to grapple. And while that's not a bad thing, it's also not the best way to incorporate your grappling here. So you see the fight starts, we touch gloves, which is refreshing because a lot of guys will put their hand out and when they get close enough, they'll hit you. So you see he opens up with a leg kick. I throw one of my own, but he threw one of those power leg kicks off the back leg, which is really good. Right there, I'm just trying to counter. I threw a front leg body kick, threw a couple punches behind it. And all I'm trying to do here is I'm just trying to feel out how aggressive that he's going to be. Because a lot of guys, when they pick these big punchers like a Woodley or like a Robbie Lawler, they're very aggressive. As you see here, he just lit me up with a good 4-punch combo. 2 uppercuts up top and then a 1-2 to the body. Throws a head kick that's he's just a little too far out of range. Now, I'm just using the striking to feel his aggressiveness out. And once I can see how aggressive he's going to be, then I'm going to try to incorporate some of my grappling. A big part of it too is I want him to throw a lot of kicks, which he's doing so far. He throws a kick, and there we go. We shooting for the single, and we get it with ease. We're now in the half guard position. We're postured up, and this is probably my favorite position to be in this game. We're postured up in the half guard, and there's just so many different ways you can attack an opponent. You can throw punches to the body, you can throw punches to the head, elbows. You can easily advance position if you're postured up. It's just such an easy dominant position, especially if you know how to grapple the right way. And you see here, he was able to get us back into full guard, and I find my way into side control. Now we're going for an inverted triangle. That's the one thing about Damian Maia is he is so dangerous on the ground in this game. Just like in real life, I will like to throw up submissions from anywhere. I sneak in a good elbow from side control, and once again, we are back into the half guard and we're postured up. Couple left hands to the body. I went for a left hand up top, but he's able to read it. And you see here, he's going into the backside position, getting out of that half guard. And now I just reverse it right away. So I have the dominant position once again. I'm going to let him roll over into side control. Now, I did that because if you see, my stamina is kind of low. And I would like to keep my stamina as high as we can. It'll just make my transitions a lot smoother and easier, and my strikes will just mean a lot more. He's trying to get up, but I'm able to block that transition, so I'm keeping him. I'm in the mount right now, keeping him on his back, which is something that I would like to do, because regardless of what in this game, Tyrone Woodley hits like a Mack truck and he could put you out. There's a couple shots and 2 big elbows. Now, if you see here, his body's getting a little red, his head's getting a little red, and he's finally working his way up to his feet, but I was still able to hold the ground game for about 2.5 minutes, and I basically just did whatever I wanted to. So at this point, there's about a minute left in the round, and all I really want to do is I just want him to tire himself out a little bit. I want to see how low that red stamina bar will go for him, and I'm just going to counter-strike. That's all I really need to do at this point. I just really need to counter-strike, and you see right there, I just held the L2 button so I could work on my head movement, and he immediately went to defend the takedown. Now that's a big thing for me because it's going to make him second guess potential strikes that he could throw. It should anyway. He goes up with that high kick that kind of hits, kind of doesn't. He hits me with a good back leg high kick, and that's a good round 1 for myself. I think that that's an easy round for me. I controlled the ground game, and I did some really nice ground and pound. So we're going to start out the second round, and I would love for the second round to be as easy as the first round was. Starting out again with that check kick to the body. It's kind of like a check kick, just to keep him honest. And I'm going to use just a bunch of counter-striking. I'm going to use the analog stick to get out of the way, hopefully open up some counter-striking opportunities. Maybe I could do some damage, but the main thing I really want to do is once again get the fight back to the ground, back where Damian Maia excels at, on the ground. So you see here, he went up with that high kick again. Now that's the kick that he keeps going with, and that's the kick that I feel like I'll be able to take him down with most because he's just leaving himself so off balance. There's a good right kick to the body again, and he's blocking a lot of these shots on the end of these combinations, but I'm not really throwing any high, crazy type of strikes. You see there, he goes for a takedown, which is kind of crazy to me. He's going to try to take me down, and to be honest, I think I'm going to let him take me down. During this gameplay, I was shared playing with Roland, and he and I were just hanging out, playing some UFC. And I told him, I was like, next time he goes for a takedown, I'm just going to let him take me down and see how that works. I go for a single leg, and he's able to defend the takedown. So that is a good thing for him and a not so good thing for me because although I think I will definitely win this fight, I don't like my chances, or let me rephrase it. I like my chances a lot more on the ground than I do on the feet. See there, he just tagged me, 2 kicks to the body, 2 shots up top. I go for a single leg again. I'm just out of range. I just couldn't get to him there. There's a 1-2 from myself, landing on him, body kick. And you see here now it's all about timing. Huge combination rocks him. Huge combination. A right body kick with a left uppercut and a right hook behind it has him rocked. And so here I'm trying to close the show. I'm trying to get a little bit closer because that's I really want a finish, but he's just doing a good job. He goes in for that takedown again. Now, I wasn't close enough, and he goes in for another one. I stuffed that one. I probably should have let him take me down, but the one thing is you don't know whether he was going for a power shot or a regular shot. A regular shot, worst case scenario, I'll end up in half guard and I can sweep him over. If he goes for a power shot, he could end up in side control, he can end up in top mount, and just because I was dominant when I was on top position doesn't mean that I'll be dominant on my back. So you see here another single leg, and I get the takedown this time. Huge left elbow, right hand to the body, and a couple more shots up top. And that is exactly what I just want to do. I would love to stay in this position on the ground and basically just ground and pound for the rest of the fight. He throws some shots from the bottom, which I can respect, but at the same time, it's not really the smartest thing to do because you're leaving yourself open. Got about 30 seconds left in the round here. You see again that right body kick is doing wonders for me. There it is again with another left uppercut, and I went for the right hook again. That was the same combo that rocked him earlier in the round. So I think that this is a really good round for me. I got the takedown. I did a little bit of ground and pound. I didn't do too much, but I was able to rock him also, which I thought was a really good thing. So going into this third and final rounds, I feel like we're up 2-0, but you never know because this game, sometimes the judging is horrendous, just like in real life. So we're going into the third round, and I would really like a finish. I really like a finish. So we're going to start this third round. You see he's throwing some leg kicks, and I checked one of them, but he's hit me with a couple of them so far. And it was one of those things where I wanted to see how much he would really commit to it, but then I think it was that one right there where I was like, hey man, he's like kind of fucking you up. So let's definitely try checking those or do something to fix it. But you can see Damian Maia now, because of those leg kicks, he has me moving slower. My movement isn't that good. It'll probably affect my takedowns. It'll definitely affect the power of that right leg kick, the right body kick, excuse me, that I like to throw on the counters. And so right here, I'm just automatically going to go for a takedown. Again, we're back into the half guard, but this time instead of staying there, I go into side control. I try to make my way into side saddle. Doesn't work out for me, so I'm going to posture up here. A couple shots to the body, a couple shots up top, and that's going to do you justice. And so right there, I'm making him play up on me. I move into top mount, and he goes to send me back into half guard. I'm not having any of it. Now, this is where I want to be. So I kind of let him put me back into the half guard so I can slide myself back into top mount, but I didn't just do it for that reason. I did it because my stamina was low. And he does a great job of getting back to his feet, and I'm pretty sure that this is where he wants the fight to be, is on the feet. Although, if you look right here, he has way more damage than I do, and he was the one that got the clinch game involved, and then he went for a takedown. I was able to stuff it. We're in side saddle. I was attempting an arm triangle. I think I really tried it. I really wanted to get this submission with an arm triangle. So I was going for it again. So we're in the first stage of this arm triangle. It's a 5-stage submission. As you see, I get to stage 2. You're going to pass the arm over, and that was my fault. I just hit the wrong button. You've seen the gates just bursted open. So we have about 2 minutes, so maybe we can kind of get a submission going on here. A couple shots to the body, another shot up top, and that right there is just the easiest way. He's trying to get up to his feet, but because I have way more stamina, able to do it a lot quicker. Some body shots, a couple elbows, and it's just brutal. It's just brutal. He goes to put me back into the full guard. I'm not having any of it, and I'm sliding over into top mount. Now, this is where it's great for me. I'm going for the triangle armbar, which might be my favorite submission that Damian Maia does in this game. And once again, I just flicked the analog stick to the wrong side. He's trying to get up, but I'm not having any of it. Now I'm going to throw up a regular armbar. Now, the armbar from this position is a 5-stage submission. We get into stage 2. Now, he's doing a pretty good job of defending or trying to get out, But my main purpose right now is whichever gate that he gets closest to. As you see, we get to the fourth stage. I'm just holding the analog stick there. Went to the final stage. Can we seal the submission? He's really close to breaking out, and we get the tap. Third round submission, less than a minute to go. And towards the end, he was doing a great job of almost breaking out of each stage. But all I did was I seen which stage was the closest for him, and I just held the analog stick there because I knew that he would wind up going back to it. It was a great way to end that fight. A fight that I felt like we would have won 3 rounds to nothing. But, finishes are always good. You see there, we got the third round submission via armbar. A lot of the arm bars I actually get are transitional arm bars. So, like, I'll go for a Kimura and I'll turn it into an armbar, or a triangle, turn it into an armbar. Arm bars are kind of difficult because they are a 5-stage submission in this game. But all in all, I feel like that was a great performance for us. We dominated on the ground. We did great on the feet. And that was the first of many of these UFC videos. So if you liked the video, just drop a like. If you want to see more of these videos, or NBA videos, or GTA videos, hit that subscribe button, and you can turn on the notifications if you want. So that's it for this one, guys, and I am out of here.